as we heard earlier, we're expecting a policy today from Deputy PM Carmel Sepuloni. We're expecting that to drop during her speech at 11:30. But Simon Shepherd sat down with her moments ago to try and extract what we can expect from that policy.
Something to do with safeguarding our future, around superannuation, and just really drawing a line in the sand today is what we're doing.
So safeguarding the future, are you worried that the current New Zealand super rates aren't enough to live a dignified life? Are you raising them?
Well, we certainly know that our universal scheme works for New Zealanders. We've had fear-mongering really from the opposition parties. ACT has already said that they're going to lift the age. We've had National in the past cut contributions to the super fund, which puts our superannuation at risk.
Right.
And so it's important that we draw a line in the sand.
Okay, I mean, a line in the sand. So you're saying that you're not touching super, or are you tinkering with super? What are you doing?
I'm going to announce today what we're doing as a political party. I won't do it in this interview, but we're very proud of the superannuation scheme that we've got and believe that it's important.
Okay. Is the superannuation scheme sustainable? It's $18 billion a year at the moment, rising fast, and the percentage of population that's going to be eligible is also rising fast as well.
Treasury says it's affordable, and so that's what we go by. As long as we continue to contribute to the superannuation fund, that's the most important thing. We lost about $24 billion when the previous national government decided to stop contributing. I think that's a very clear indication that they are not the best managers of the economy.
Why are you choosing superannuation to draw a line in the sand? Labor released costings overnight about how, in theory, somebody would be worse off under a National Act coalition in terms of super. Why superannuation? Because doesn't it open you up to this idea that you're not fiscally responsible because superannuation costs are going to blow out?
Well, they're not going to blow out. Treasury's already said that they won't, as long as we continue to contribute to the super fund, which Labor has always been committed to. KiwiSaver was developed by a Labor Party, by a Labor government. It was something that wasn't supported by a national government. But if we didn't have it, then thousands of New Zealanders would not have savings going into retirement, which is also really important.
It's not a holistic thing. I mean, Nationals is proposing tax cuts, and they're also, ACT saying, we'll take that money to reduce debt, and maybe it could go into other areas of government spending. More productive ones?
Well, they've talked about tax cuts, but they haven't said what they would need to cut in order to provide those tax cuts. I think we need a little bit of public transparency and honesty with the general public, because New Zealanders deserve to know what they will be giving away, and that may include superannuation if they're getting tax cuts.
Okay, so in terms of transparency, do you have concerns about the way the New Zealand superannuation, New Zealand Super is set up at the moment in terms of age eligibility for Māori and Pacifica?
Well, certainly the evidence is there to support that Māori and Pacific, unfortunately, die younger. They're more likely to work in those labour-intensive jobs, which mean that they won't be able to work past 65, or they will need super. And yet still, we do see a disproportionate number of Māori working beyond 65 because of the fact that financially they need to. So this is something that we need to look at seriously.
The Retirement Commissioner has suggested a rōpū, an advisory board on Māori and Pacific eligibility for superannuation. Is that something that you're considering? I mean, would you consider dropping the age of New Zealand superannuation eligibility for Māori and Pacific?
That we're looking at now, but we do need to make sure that we're investing in our health system to actually extend the age or life expectancy of Māori and Pacific, so that we don't have the disparity that we currently have.
Okay, so can you confirm that you're not looking at dropping the age of eligibility for certain ethnicities?
Don't want to announce the policy now, but clearly...
But you could rule that part out, couldn't you?
Clearly, and you're asking me, but clearly that's not the case.
That is not the case. Yeah. All right. So are you going to increase benefits? Are you going to increase the super rate?
Well, we already did that on the 1st of April, and we've done that a number of times over the course of the last 5 years. So we've been very much focused on all New Zealanders, particularly those that are on low to middle income New Zealanders. We saw benefits go up, student allowances go up, superannuation go up on the 1st of April, and so we've certainly been focused on doing that, and minimum wage, and we've made those shifts.
Let's go back to fiscal sustainability. Is New Zealand out of step with other countries who are similar i.e. Australia. So from July this year, to get the age pension in Australia, you will have to be 67.
Well, 65, as I said, currently, according to all the research, is still affordable for us if we continue to invest in the super fund. Also, you know, in terms of the amount that superannuation costs us, we're actually spending less as a country than other countries in the OECD on average.
So the OECD has recommended to New Zealand to raise the age.
We're not spending as much as others in accordance with GDP, and so I think that, you know, it's very clear, according to the figures that we've been given, that it is still affordable.
Are you sure that there are not unintended consequences for other areas like health and education if you carry on with eligibility at 65?
Not if we continue to invest in the super fund. And we take a responsible approach to the overall economy, which is absolutely what we've done. I think we really need to dispel this myth that's out there that National are good at managing the economy. I just want to go back to the fact they stop investing in the super fund. That cost New Zealanders $24 billion. And so that's a lot of money that we miss out on because of their decision making.
So Labor is really focusing in on this. You believe there's a chink in Nationals and ACT's armour here, that New Zealanders actually want to keep their superannuation eligibility at 65, despite the cost. New
Zealanders want assurance that they are going to be supported when they go into their retirement. They also want to be assured that it is affordable. So it's about making sure that we're able to provide that assurance, but that we're doing what is responsible to ensure that we're able to pay for these things in the out years.
Yeah. So it's the Coalition of Cuts line. I mean, you have come out ahead of the Congress, which is a rah-rah situation to get Labor up and running for election, and you've come out attacking. Is this the Coalition of Cuts line that the Prime Minister's been running?
Well, they are a coalition of cuts. Let's be fair on that. They also have not been honest and transparent with New Zealanders around how they are going to pay for their tax cuts. New Zealanders want to know that they're going to be supported. They also want to know that the government agencies and the supports they need through health and education are going to be there for them. So we need to know from the opposition what they are.
This Congress is about Labor Party policy. So just for one final chance, can you tell us what you are going to be releasing today, tinkering around the edges of New Zealand Super?
I'm going to announce it this morning. It's important that we have an opportunity to share that with the party membership that are here, and so you're going to have to wait a little while, Simon.
Deputy Prime Minister Carmel Sepuloni, thank you for your time.
Thank you.